Good morning, students. So in this class, we are going to discuss one of the protocol of data link layer to implement flow control, that is selective repeat ARQ. Selective repeat ARQ. So in previous class, we have seen a method called uh, this one go back and ARQ. In case of go back and ARQ, whenever there is a error in the frame, then the sender has to restart the retransmission from the place where an error is occurred. Let us say if you are sending 1 to 10 frames and there is a possibility of sending 1 to 10 frames in go back n. So sender is not sitting ideal after sending one frame. So sender is supposed to send more than one frame. That depends on the sender size window. And now when there is a problem in the middle of the frame, let us say at fifth frame is lost, but we have sent 10 frames. But what happens in go back n means the sender is going to, though he has sent up to 10 frames, he is going back to the fifth frame and he will start retransmission of all the packets, all the frames from the fifth frame onwards. That's the reason it is called as go back n. And the basic problem with this go back n is, in case of go back n, bandwidth of the channel is not utilized properly, because when a sender sends a packet to the receiver, receiver is capable of taking only one frame at a time. Receiver is capable of taking one frame at a time, but sender is sending more frames at a time, like 1 2 3 4 5 6. But whatever the number matching with the expected frame number at receiver, then only it is taking, otherwise all the packets are simply dropped. So now in noisy environment, reaching the destination is the biggest task. Though you have reached the destination in this method, but destination, that is receiver, is not capable of accepting those packets because of the prior frames are not received. Prior in the sense, there is a problem with the fifth one, so I'm expecting fifth one. Though you send sixth, seventh, eighth, all are received properly, but the problem is it is not expected one, so simply drop it. So it is making long journey to reach the receiver, and then because of this mismatch of this error, then entire all packets are dropped, so that more number of packets are retransmitted in go back n. More number of packets are retransmitted because of one fault, one frame fault. Because of one frame fault, if one frame is missing, then the sender has to go back to the place where which frame is missing. From that place, current up to current frame, all the frames need to be retransmitted. So that if you can imagine, like if you have sent 100 frames, and out of 100 frames there is a problem with the 50th frame, then the above frames like 51 to 100 are lost in the air, like those are received at the receiver but not considered because it is expecting fifth one. So sender has to do, go back to the 50th frame and start retransmitting up to 100. This way there is a huge problem of bandwidth utilization. It is not properly utilizing the bandwidth. So in noisy environment, we need to make use of the bandwidth effectively. So in order to avoid this problem, there is one more protocol called selective repeat ARQ. Selective repeat ARQ. So the basic idea of this selective repeat ARQ is, the name itself indicating selective repeater. Previous one is go back n. We need to go back to n frames back and then start retransmitting all the frames. But here it is not like that. For example, you and me are communicating, we are supposed to exchange 10 frames. Now in the journey of these packets, the packets are reaching you in different order, like I have sent 1 to 10 in sequence, but you received 10th one, and then after you received fifth one, then after you received eighth one. In different order you have received the frames. And in that case, what we will do in general means, okay, whatever it may be the packet or frame it is, we take it and buffer it up, and until all the frames are received, we buffer them and we rearrange them to make up that data transmission successfully. We are not ignoring. In case of go back n, if it is not in order, we have sent a frame but it is not expected by the receiver. Receiver is expecting fifth one, but I have sent sixth one, so sixth one is not temporarily saved. It is simply discarded and it is only expecting fifth one. So this problem is existed in go back in order to avoid this problem, in selective repeat method, receiver window size is increased to sender window size. I repeat, previous method sender window size is increased but receiver window size is only 1. That is the reason if the frames are arrived at the receiver at a different order, those are not considered because it is having capability of holding only one frame at a time. But now in order to avoid this problem, a receiver should have a buffer so that advanced frames can be saved temporarily until the original frame is arrived at the receiver. Once all are arrived, then it is shuffled to prepare the original number of frames. Whatever the number of frames sent by the sender, all those things are reconstructed at the receiver because there is a chance of holding these packets, not discarding the packet. Packets can be held in buffers. Packets can be held in the buffers until original expected frames are arrived. So this way, all the packets need not to retransmit in this case of selective repeat. Only the frame which is lost in the transmission, that only retransmitted. Remaining all frames are buffered at the receiver so that bandwidth of the channel is get utilized properly. Only one frame which is lost, that only retransmitted so that burden on the sender is decreased, channel bandwidth utilization is done properly, and then more number of frames are exchanged between sender and receiver. It is not restricted to one frame. So this way the concept of selective repeat ARQ is existed. Okay, now in order to get this implementation, what we need to do is, this time in selective ARQ, the window size, sender size window size should be equivalent to 2 power m minus 1. For example, you have 4 sequence numbers. Sequence numbers are represented with 4 digits. Then generally we have 2 power 14 minus 1. Meaning of that one, 16 minus 1. So 15 sequence numbers we can use in general. But in this, the principle of this selective repeat, we are not going to use all the frame numbers. Half of the sequence numbers only used for the frames. That is 2 power m minus 1. This minus 1 is part of the power, not 2 power m minus 1 is part of the power, m minus 1, very simple. So this way, sender size window is fixed. So sender is going to have a window size of 2 power m minus 1, so that sender can send those many number of frames. So if m value is 4, let us say 2 power 4 minus 1, 2 power 3. So 8 frames can be sent by the sender. So that if here also we make use of variables like control variables like SF and SN, which is similar to the go back N protocol. In case of go back N, SF is the one which is pointing to the first outstanding frame which is sent but not acknowledged. But whereas SN is pointing to the position where next frame to be sent. So this way SF is pointing to first outstanding frame, whereas SN is pointing to the next frame to be sent. So in this example you can understand we have sent 4 frames numbered with 0, 1, 2, 3 but not acknowledged. That is the reason SF is standing here. And if, for example, if 0th frame is acknowledged, immediately this entire window is shuffled or slided towards right, so that this 0 becomes part of this band. Then this band will indicate the frame numbers which are sent and acknowledged. And this orange band will indicate you the frame numbers which are sent and waiting for the acknowledgement. In this example, it is shown like this. It need not to be equal like 4 orange and 4 empty. Initially we started our journey from 0th frame is sent, first frame is sent, second frame is sent, third frame is sent. Now we are about to send 4th frame in this example. And how many acknowledgement we got means we have not yet received acknowledgement for even 0th frame. That's the reason SF is standing here. Okay, and these frames cannot be used because you are restricted. Only half of the sequence numbers only allowed to use. This way, selective repeat ARQ sender size window size is restricted by its length, 2 power m minus 1. Okay, and at receiver side, This time receiver side window is changed, and it is not going to hold only one frame at a time, it is going to hold multiple frames at a time. So then definitely size of the receiver side window should be equivalent to the size of the window of the sender. So both window size must be equivalent. This is a concept of selective repeat ARQ. In selective repeat ARQ, sender size window and receiver side window should be equal. Meaning of that one is, if you send 10 frames, the receiver should capable of holding the 10 frames. But in case of go back and receiver is having only one frame, only one buffer only one, it is having a buffer to hold only one frame. So in order to avoid the problem of that bandwidth utilization or sender capabilities, those all things can be improved with the help of this. Okay, so let us look into the design issues of this one now. So if you observe this algorithm, here it is sender and the receiver. If you observe here, both sender and receivers are having same size, that shaded one, or both windows are having same size. What is the size of the window means? It is equivalent to 2 power m minus 1. 2 power m minus 1 is the size of the sender size window as well as receiver side window. And now whenever the sender want to send a frame, the first out stage, see in this example, it has sent, it is at SF, that is the frame to be, the frame sent, 3 frames are sent in this example. SN is pointing to the 4th one, so the frame to be sent. Okay, and the possible events that you can understand. So data link layer will do the work whenever there is a data request from the above layer network layer, that is one. And whenever there is an acknowledgement, again the data link layer is activated, 2 events. And one more event is timeout. When a packet is sent, when a frame is sent, it is not acknowledged within timeout period, and automatically timer is expired, and then data link layer will do the retransmission. Which frames are retransmitted means the frames which are acknowledged negatively. The frames which are acknowledged negatively, those only retransmitted, but not all the frames. So that is the basic idea of this one. And similarly at receiver side also, receiver side only one event which is similar to the previous one. The event is when there is a notification from the physical layer saying that we have received a frame, and that is given back to the data link layer, and it is extracting that data link layer content and present to the above layer, that is network layer. And after that a frame is prepared and that frame is sent to the sender. This way only one event is associated with the data link layer of the receiver, but whereas in case of this, that is sender, 3 events are associated. One is request from the above layer, one is notification from the physical layer, one is timeout period. So this way the design is existed for selective repeat ARQ. So if you get into in detail with the help of algorithm, then we will see what temporary variables we will use and how this algorithm is constructed. Okay, so here in this method, this algorithm is existed at sender side, and sender size we need to calculate the size of the window, number of frames to be sent. Number of frames to be sent is calculated with what? 2 power m minus 1. So the SW means sender size window size is calculated by using this formula, 2 power m minus 1. Okay, 2 power m minus 1. And here SF and SN both are set to 0 means we are able to send 0th frame. We are able to send 0th frame. And continuously, while true, it is a forever loop. We are waiting for an event. Which event? Request from the network layer. If request from the network layer came, then what we need to do is we need to calculate the window size. If SF and SN are standing at boundaries of the window, then there is no scope to send further frames. Then what we need to do is check whether SF and SN are standing at the boundaries of the window or not. If those are standing at the boundary, then we have sent all the frames, capable frames, and we are waiting for the acknowledgement. We are waiting for the acknowledgement. So we need to check whether that window is filled or not. If there is no empty space, then you are not supposed to send any frame. So that is checked with the help of this calculation. SN minus SF will give you the number of frames occupied, number of frames sent and waiting for the acknowledgement. If it is equivalent to window size, that means we have sent, let us say 4 is the window size, 4 is the window. We have sent 4 frames and waiting for the acknowledgement. Then if you got a request from the above layer saying that I want to send, then you are not supposed to send because there is no space in the window. Sender size window is already occupied with 4 frames. If you got any acknowledgement from the receiver, then some space may be vacated so that one frame number, sequence number is created, and that can be used for the further transmission. So this way, check whether that window, sender windows is full or not. And if it is full, then wait for some time, that is sleep. And if it is not full, get the data, create that frame and store that frame and send that frame. When a frame is sent, SN is incremented by 1. Next frame to be, SN pointing to next frame to be sent. And this is one event. And if timer is not started, we need to start the timer. If timer is not started, the timer is started now. Okay. So this way, 2 events are, first event is addressed, that is request from the above layer. And now we have one more, arrival of notification. When we got a notification from the physical layer, then we need to receive that acknowledgement. Check whether acknowledgement is properly received or not. Error correction methodologies are there. And if it is corrupted, it is going to sleep. Otherwise, it is going to check the acknowledgement. So acknowledgement is cross-checked with what? SF. First outstanding. If acknowledgement is greater than first outstanding frame, and acknowledgement is less than SN, less than or equal to SN, means it is a valid acknowledgement. Acknowledgement should be in that window range only. Where window is starting, it is starting at SF. Where window is ending, it is ending at SN. So if that acknowledgement number comes in that, we call it as a valid acknowledgement. When valid acknowledgement is received, then we are going to delete that frame, because acknowledgement is received, so that that frame need not to be saved in the buffer. We can remove it, and then it is incremented by 1. See here, it is a while loop. So when an acknowledgement is arrived, let us say the sender is waiting for first acknowledgement, but we got an acknowledgement of 5. Then up to 4 frames we can remove, because we got an acknowledgement for 5. Meaning of that one is remaining all are received properly. So that we call it as a group acknowledgement. If you got an acknowledgement with higher number, that can be used to represent all below numbers are already received. No one-to-one acknowledgement is required. If you got only one, okay, let me wait. Yeah. So in sender side algorithm, in selective repeat, so the first event is addressed with these steps, like check whether that when there is a notification from the above layer, whether we are eligible to send it or not. And then if you are eligible, send that frame and save that frame for the future use. And likewise, timer is started. Okay. And in second event case, second event is notification from the physical layer saying that acknowledgement is received. When an acknowledgement is received, receive that frame, whether that frame is corrupted or not, check it. If it is okay, save it. If it is corrupted, sleep for a while. And then now we need to check, there are 2 kinds of acknowledgement in this selective repeat. Negative acknowledgement called as NAC, and positive acknowledgement ACK, we call it as acknowledgement. So that we need to check which kind of acknowledgement we got. If it is a normal acknowledgement, we have one task to do. If it is a negative acknowledgement, we have another task to do. Negative acknowledgement will indicate which frame is lost. That is indicated by negative. So if that frame is lost, only that frame number only retransmitted. That's the reason it is called as selective repeat. Select one frame and retransmit only one frame. In case of previous one, it is go back and bulk of frames are selected for the retransmission in previous method called as go back n. Now in this case, only one frame is retransmitted, whichever the frame which is lost in the middle. So for that purpose, we need to check whether it is normal acknowledgement or negative. If it is a negative acknowledgement, check that negative acknowledgement range. Acknowledgement should comes in a range of first outstanding frame to SN. It should be in the sender size window range. Then only it is called as valid acknowledgement. If it is valid acknowledgement, what we are doing is resend that negative acknowledgement number. Let us say you got 5 as a negative acknowledgement. Only 5th frame is resent, its timer is started for the 5th frame. This way, negative acknowledgements are taken. In arrival of notification, there are two things to be addressed, whether it is a normal acknowledgement or a negative acknowledgement. If it is a negative acknowledgement, retransmit the specified frame. Now, if it is normal acknowledgement and it is in the range of SF to SN, then what we, in case of normal acknowledgement, what we will do is, we will remove the frames from the buffer. If you are waiting for first acknowledgement, we got 6th, then it means that up to 6th frame, we are expecting 6th one up to 5th frame arrived successfully. So that what we need to do is, it is a group acknowledgement. So we need to remove all the frames which are represented with that acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is 5, means up to up to 4 frames are received successfully. So up to 4 is represented with what? A loop here. Starting from SF to given acknowledgement, less than given acknowledgement, all the frames are purged. Purged in the sense removed from the buffer, and its timers are stopped. When you got an acknowledgement, SF should be moved. SF should be moved. That SF is moved by 1. So this way, arrival of notification is having two functionalities. Check that arrival is a negative acknowledgement or positive acknowledgement. Negative acknowledgement means send only specified acknowledgement frame number, and if it is a positive acknowledgement, and then we need to check, is it a group acknowledgement? If it is a group acknowledgement, up to that frame, whichever are saved at this sender side, all are removed from the buffer. Okay, this is one more event. And finally, this timer out event. When timeout event is there, then what we need to do is, we need to start the timer and send that frame. Okay, start the timer and send that frame. This way, timeout event is there. So totally 3 events are addressed at sender side in selective repeat also. And in case of receiver side, this one, receiver side algorithm, and it is little bit complex this time, because we don't want to ignore, or we don't want to delete the frames which are comes in different order. All the frames has to be saved, and later all are arranged properly to give services to the above layer. So to do that purpose, it make use of different variables, like RN means expected frame, which frame we are expecting. So negative acknowledgement, one is negative acknowledgement, so whether it is sent or not. So these all are Boolean variables. Based on these Boolean variables, we can take a decision. Have we sent negative acknowledgement or not? And then acknowledgement, now is it in the need of sending an acknowledgement or not? Likewise, we make use of some variables. Negative acknowledgement sent, acknowledgement needed, and then there is buffer at receiver side, and all the buffers should be marked. Marked in the sense, see there, repeat for all slots, marked whether it is occupied or not. Initially, no frame or no buffer is occupied. That's the reason all the slots are set to false. For example, we got 1 to 4 frame buffer size, buffer to hold the frames, and all are empty. That's the reason associated slots are set to false. If its slot is set to false, not occupied. If first frame slot is set to false, not occupied. Likewise, all the slots are initially empty, means indicated with false. So now it is waiting for an event, and we got a notification from the physical layer saying that one frame is arrived. When a frame is arrived, receive that frame and check whether it is corrupted or not, and then check whether negative acknowledgement is not sent. Not of negative acknowledgement means it is true. Initially it is true, because we have not sent any negative acknowledgement so far. Okay, negative acknowledgement so far. So that what we do is, we send a negative acknowledgement, send negative NAC means negative acknowledgement for that RN, whatever the frame just now received, and that negative acknowledgement just now sent. So it is set to true. When a negative acknowledgement is sent, it is set to true, and it is waiting for a while. So this way the first job is done. And in next case, in case of if sequence number is not equivalent to expected one, if sequence number is not equivalent to expected one, then what it is going to do is, okay, wait, yeah, if sequence number is not equal to expected one, and negative acknowledgement is not sent so far, if it is true, we need to send negative acknowledgement one more time. I repeat, so if frame is corrupted, we have not sent any negative acknowledgement so far, you can send the negative acknowledgement. This is one. And in second case, sequence number is not equal to expected one. Meaning of that one is receiver is expecting one frame, but we got another frame. We got another frame. So in that case, not equal, then negative acknowledgement is not sent so far. Then we prepare a negative acknowledgement and that is sent, because you are expecting one, but another is received. Okay. Okay, we will see this one. Okay, negative acknowledgement is set to true. And now see this, if sequence number is in that window, a valid window, and its corresponding slot is not marked. If corresponding slot is not marked, then it is going to save that frame and marked is set to true. Meaning of that one is expected one is 4, but 5 is arrived. What happens means 5 also saved. If 5 is within the range, then 5 is saved in the buffer, that is saved, and it is marked as true, like okay, this slot is used. And then while marked of Rn, okay, it is a repeated. So Rn is at one position, and you have saved all the random frames into the buffers. Rn is expected one, and remaining also came, that also saved in the buffer. So it is going to check consecutive whether frames are consecutively saved or not. Let us say you want to have 1 to 10, but we got 1 to 3. In the middle 4 is not there, and 5 to 6, and then 7 is not there. Likewise, we got some buffer size. In that case, 1 to 3 can be successfully delivered because it is not interrupted in the middle. 1 means Rn, and up to 3 all the slots are filled, but there is a hole in the fourth position. So fourth position is not taken so far. In that case, 1 to 3 can be sent. You are having 1 to 10. When you are having size of 1 to 10 window, 1 to 3 is filled and 4 is not filled, waiting for the frame, and 5 to 7 is filled and 8 is not filled. If it is the case, the consecutive frames can be delivered to the above layer. So that is identified with this while marked Rn, and deliver the data to above layer and delete it from the buffer. How long we need to do means until Rn is moved to the position where negative acknowledgement is sent. Let us say 1 to 3 is successfully received, but 4 is not received. Up to 4 we need to move the Rn. This 1 to 3 frames are sent to the above layer. Now you are waiting at the fourth one, and now we require acknowledgement is required for what? 4. So fourth it is set to true. And then if acknowledgement is needed, then corresponding acknowledgement is sent, and acknowledgement needed is set to false. Like every time we don't want to send acknowledgement. In this case, only one acknowledgement is sent when you send 3 frames to the above layer. So in selective repeat, there is a property. Once all the frames are received and placed in an order, then only it is delivered to the network layer. Once it is delivered to the network layer, then acknowledgement is given. Which acknowledgement is given means highest number acknowledgement is given, not all acknowledgement. Let us say I said just now 1 to 3 frames are occupied and 4 is not occupied. 1 to 3 frames are delivered to the above layer, and now acknowledgement is sent as 4, means 3 frames are received. We have not sent acknowledgement 1, acknowledgement 2, acknowledgement 3. So this way only one acknowledgement is sent to represent that group, entire group. So this way, whenever frames are rearranged at the receiver and then those are transferred to the above layer, that is network layer, then acknowledgement is sent. So that is about this acknowledgement case. So this way receiver side algorithm is existed, and this will show you window size, how much window size we need to maintain. So always remember, window size should be 2 power m minus 1. It is not equivalent to 2 power m. Why means, if you consider like this, see this example, we have taken the size of 2 this time, size of 2 power m. Let us say if m equal to 2, then in this example we consider only 2, window size is 2. Okay, if you consider like that, SF frame 0 is sent, its acknowledgement is lost, and then frame 1 is sent, its acknowledgement also lost. When timer is expired, for frame 0 is retransmitted. When frame 0 is retransmitted, the receiver side window, you see that window is slided always whenever there is a successful reception of the frame. So see this, actually window size is occupied with 0 and 1. Whenever 0 is successfully received, then it is moved to 1 and 2. Whenever 1 is successfully received, it is moved to 2 and 3. Now which is expected? 2 is expected, but in this case, as timer is expired for the frame 0, then it is retransmitting frame 0 again. But from this knowledge, the receiver will understand we have already received 0 and 1 and we are waiting for second frame, so that frame 0 can be discarded directly. So receiver is capable of identifying whether it is a duplicate frame or not when we consider size of the window size of the window as 2 power m minus 1. 2 power m minus 1. If you are not considered, let us say we have taken a window size which is equivalent to 2 power m minus 1, more than that, see this, instead of 2 we have taken 3 as window size, then frame 0 is sent and frame 1, frame 2 sent. Now it is shuffled towards right. So when see, observe here, no acknowledgements are given back, all are lost. So now whenever you send frame 2, it is moved to 3, right? It is moved to 3. Then as timer is expired here, so it is going to transfer what? Frame 0. It is going to transfer frame 0. Then Rn is moved to 0. In this case, Rn is moved to 0, so that frame 0 can be copied to receiver, because Rn is pointing to 0, which is expected frame. Rn is pointing to 0, and whatever you sent is retransmission. What happens in this case is, because of this window size problem, receiver will think that it is a new frame, but it is not a new frame, it is a retransmitted frame. As timer is expired for 0th frame, then that is retransmitted, but 0th frame is already received by the receiver in this case, but again it is going to save the 0th frame because of this sliding window problem. In order to avoid this sliding window problem, don't consider the size of the window which is greater than 2 power m minus 1. We have to consider only 2 power m minus 1, that's it. It should not be more than that. If it is more than that, receiver is not capable of identifying which is a duplicate frame, which is a original frame. All these things are not properly functioned at a receiver side. To avoid that, only we need to follow the rule of window size should be 2 power m minus 1. Okay. So let me see one more slide which shows the, okay, up to this point we make use of all these things, like how this working procedure is done. Okay, let us stop here, and we will see remaining in next video. If you see the flowing of this selective repeat protocol, at sender side we maintain two variables called SF and SN. At receiver side we maintain one variable SN, which is expected frame. SF means first outstanding frame which is sent, not acknowledged, but SN means the frame to be sent. So whenever a frame is sent, a timer is started for each and every frame. See, if you observe these timers, if you send 3 frames, 3 timers are get started. It is not depend on one. So every frame is having its own timer. So frame 0 is sent, it is received successfully. Whenever it is received successfully, that entire window is slided towards right at receiver side. Initially, if you observe here, the sliding window is 0 to 3, and after successful reception of this frame 0, it is moved to 1 to 4. So acknowledgement is, what is acknowledgement? Frame to be expected is 1. So this will indicate successful transmission. And if you observe second case, we have sent frame 1, but frame 1 itself lost in the middle, not received at the receiver side. And though it is lost in the middle, sender is not restricted to stop its transmission. Sender is sending second frame, third frame. See this, when second frame is sent, second frame is saved in appropriate place of the buffer, third frame also saved in the appropriate place, but what is expected is 1 only. But accidentally it is going to receive in different order. Though it is received in different order, that is saved in the buffer, and once all are received, arranged and send it to the network layer. See this, frame 2, frame 3 are successfully received, saved into that slots, and then we got acknowledgement for 1. When frame 2 is received, acknowledgement is sent. Which acknowledgement is sent means negative acknowledgement for frame 1, because frame 1 is not received, so negative acknowledgement is sent. When negative acknowledgement is sent, only that frame is resent. Whatever the negative acknowledgement we got, that frame only resent. Whenever it is resent, that is placed at the position, that is first position. Once that 1, 2, 3 frames are comes in a continuous order, that 1, 2, 3 frames are forwarded to the network layer, and that total sliding window is slided towards right. So now it is expecting 4, 5, 6. Now which acknowledgement is sent? Only 4 acknowledgement is sent in order to represent that 1, 2, 3 frames are properly received. So this way, one acknowledgement is enough to represent all the 3 frames which are there at the receiver side. So this way, this flowing diagram is existed in case of selective repeat algorithm. Okay. This is about selective repeat. Totally we have come across 3 protocols. One is stop and wait ARQ and go back and ARQ, selective repeat. All protocols are having the pros and cons. Based on the situation, based on the requirement, we need to select the appropriate algorithm for data transmission, which is going to implement a flow control in data link layer. Okay. Let us stop at this point, and we will come across next topic in next video.